This podcast is supported by K&K Beauty Bar.
Oh, Sax, good.
So welcome back to Cruiseman Podcast. Woo! You guys, we are so happy to be here once again, and we want to say thank you to our viewers, thank you to our fans. I'm your girl, Adela Dende.
I'm your woman crush, no other person but V.
And you know it's the one and only, sweet like chocolate, Kit Kat.
Our lips are giving, right?
So for those who are on audio only, listening via Spotify and Apple and whatnot, you won't see the lips that are grinning. But for those who are watching us on YouTube, you can see the lips that are grinning.
We said given.
Our
Our lips
sorry,
are
their lips are giving green.
Giving.
So then, of course, you would see the man that is in black. None other than our guest for today, which goes by the name Victor. Oh boy, hold on. I gotta say this right. Mr. Victor ONWUDIWE. Hey! Welcome. Now please pronounce it with the accent.
So it's called Victor ONWUDIWE.
Victor ONWUDIWE.
Yeah. Shout out to my godfathers. My ancestors.
That voice.
I don't know why they got so serious with the name, but
No, wait, please tell them what is the meaning.
Wow. I think we should leave it as ONWUDIWE. My forefathers
Okay, another
agree with me.
episode. So welcome. We are so welcome to Cruiseman Podcast. We're happy to have you here. Of course, you are in the entertainment business, and we know you've got a lot to say because you have experience both in Nigeria and here in Canada, and I presume anywhere else around the globe. But do introduce yourself to us.
Like you already said, my name is Victor ONWUDIWE. I'm the CEO of Kenibasu Studios, established in Nigeria in 2018.
Wow.
I've been a filmmaker for like 12 years, been a director for 8 years, and a cinematographer for 10 years, and a gaffer for probably 12 years. So, yeah. Actually,
Wait, with all that experience, that is it. That is all you're going to. Wait, hold on.
we have a couple of projects, random places.
Wait, hold on. You said 12 years, you said 10 years, you said 8. Please, how old are you?
Okay. So that's a question for the next. That in the episode where I get to explain my surname.
That's how I'm telling you.
That one is, should be like a stew. Alright.
Is he gonna give us like football age and then birthday? Why are we waiting?
My football age. I'm under. Don't worry, suspense. Suspense.
Because
But
you
you're
are
12 years
looking,
older.
or you're
12 years
giving
older.
us like a 28-year-old feel. That's what I'm getting. The energy I'm getting is like between 28 and maybe 30.
Small boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, 28 and 30.
Wow.
But with these years of experience,
Yeah.
now sounding like one is almost
actually-
going to 40.
Actually, I've been in filmmaking for God knows how long. Because I started as a kid actor.
Oh.
That explains
Then
a lot.
to production assistant. Then I did PA for a couple of celebrities back then.
Oh, wow.
Like Sam Loco,
Oh.
Mr. Ibudem.
Blessed memory.
Yeah, I've been their PAs for like a while. We walked to them to sets and so many of them. So, but then from there, it's just the only years I'm calculating is the ones I've been active service,
Oh, I see.
which is as a filmmaker, not as a production assistant or whatnot. Yeah.
So that leads me to my question. You guys can see I'm very quiet. I'm not really hyper like I used to be. I really have a soft spot for him. So that's why I'm my best behavior today. Anyway, so you said you've been a kid actor. So why are you behind the cameras now? Why are you not in front of the camera?
So it started from when I went to an audition. After my first acting, the film that I didn't see it anywhere. So it was so saddening. I went for an audition and they were like, yo, because I used to live in the north, so I have this northern accent that I'll be like, okay, like I was supposed to play a role of a guy that was supposed to be that in his dream he became the president of Nigeria. And I was supposed to like make a speech, you know, Nollywood now, they can just give you anything at any time. So I was supposed to make a speech. I was like, yo, the democracy is for the people, by the people, and to the people of the country. And as we all know, in the situation of the country, every economy, and so they were like, whoa, you did good. They're gonna come for an audition for the real actor. They gave me I wrote my name. I would pay some money, you know. They gift us, and they finished filming the movie. After 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, I saw the production manager. I was like, you didn't come to the set. I said, you don't come in now. He said, hey, okay, next time. He got me pissed.
Okay.
Got me pissed. And right now, I thank God, all the people I went that auditioned me that day, they come to me to ask me, do you have any role for us?
Oh!
So, you know, it's a switch. The only revenge is success, don't forget.
So that's what put you behind the cameras?
Yes.
Oh my
They
goodness.
pushed. And I used to be a musician also.
Oh.
I have a couple of good songs. I went to shoot the music video and then the guy was like, I charged, he was like the highest paid. I said, let me see, I don't know what music video should price like, but then I saw his sample, it wasn't looking good and he's charging so high. I don't have money, but I had taste.
Yeah.
You know, so I said, no, I can't work with this. Then I had to leave everything and then go and start making my stuff. Because I know what a good stuff looked like, just that I couldn't do it.
Oh.
And then I just had to start it.
So
It's just a decision.
question for you, using your own experience, if you have an artist come to you now that doesn't have the money to fund a project by you, with what happened to you in the past, what would you do for that artist?
Okay, actually, I'll be kind to them. I'll encourage them to go make money and try again.
I was not expecting that answer.
Oh!
Okay, so sometimes we don't expect all that gives to us, you know?
So basically, I want to say he's saying whatever happened to him has brought him to where he is and still going.
Yes.
So that's why I think he says, go make money and try again.
Yeah.
So it's not going to spoon feed you.
In the course of making money, you might discover that, oh, my talent is not actually singing. And you see that I saved you that money you would have wasted. So yeah.
I mean, you can see it that way, but someone may see it another way in terms of you remember what it felt like. Because sometimes it's not so easy to come by money, right?
Yeah.
So is there not a possibility to just be like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll waive it this one time, have maybe an agreement there for in the future, whatever the case is. So there's no situation where you would say, okay, you know what? Tapping back into the emotions I felt at this time, feeling maybe discredited or not valued for my talent, that you would give someone the grace that you didn't get.
Okay, two things. The first one is that, of course, I want to give them the grace, but you know, it takes a whole tree to make a forest, right?
Mm.
So if I understand, because I went through it and I want to understand to do it for them, the other part of the crew are not going to understand. A lot of them came through different other means, so they don't even care about what I'm saying. They want money, and I can't pay them from my pocket, obviously. So yeah, they're gonna pay, but like discounted rate, but still they're gonna pay. So you must have money to start. And I believe that if you want to open a business, if you want to have music is a business, it's like a brand, right? If you're able to become successful, you make money. So if you want to start a business, you need capital. No matter how favored you want to be. Let's say I buy products from Mr. B, and Mr. B sells a lot of things. Even if Mr. B wants to understand me, Mr. B has his own family stuff he needs to take care of. So I still need to pay Mr. B to get products to sell. Sometimes he might give it to me on a loan basis, but I have to sign, I have to pay so period. That also works. But then for music, this is bringing me down to my second one. I've done a lot of things for some artists that'll be like, oh, don't worry, we'll make it. You watch them, they'll blow and nothing.
Okay.
You know? So we've had promises. We've banked on promises in the past. We've banked a lot of promises. We've banked on ONWUDIWE. We've banked on a lot of things and we've gambled a lot. We've lost a lot, we've gained a lot. And you know, we just know how to navigate this time instead of making same mistakes in the past.
Yeah, but then wouldn't you think that, okay, moving forward, being wiser,
Yeah.
it's better we have like a MOU or some kind of contract so that in the future when they do blow, they are still there, still owing you a certain amount. Instead of just saying like, the next person that probably needs that opportunity doesn't get that opportunity.
Okay, so I picked up a word from what you said. You used the word if.
Mm-hmm.
So what if they don't blow?
Yeah, but then at that point, you still did a service, right? You still rendered a service in the hopes that they do make it in life, but because they don't have the full funds to be able to support that career at the moment.
I mean, it's not everybody that fund is the reason why they can't blow. With your good music and with your fund, you might still not blow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
With your rubbish music, with your fund, you can still get very popular.
Yes.
So most times, what we bank on here, this is still, like I said, is business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what puts foods on the table of I and my crew. Mm-hmm. So what I do is to represent them by having a good bargain and then get them paid, right? So if they don't blow, I'm the one that's still going to pay my crew, and I'll get a loss, and the artist don't bear any loss because he has his materials intact. But if he blows, maybe we might get paid, maybe we might not get paid. We can't charge him for anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a tit for tat. Like it's a two-way thing, right?
But
and Meek Mills is the reason why we are suffering at this point. Music industry. Yeah, sorry, I have to say that, but like he was the reason why I was suffering because he made a video and said he has been in the industry for 25 years. He has been grinding. He has his old videos of him grinding. So making all these guys feel like music is the next escape, making it so easy. Like, so when someone is doing the wrong thing and they have been doing the wrong thing for like 5 years, you can't even advise them because they'll feel like, oh, don't worry, you don't believe in me. Someday I'm gonna make it. Oh, bro. If you're not doing it, I'm afraid to tell you you're not doing it, But people don't take it anymore because of the things they hear. Oh, this person has been grinding for 25 years. I'm just grinding for 5 years. I just keep going. No, sometimes you just have to know that a lot of everything is not for you,
But do you give them constructive criticism or you down them? Like,
no.
different.
Okay, so me, I don't care about feelings when I want to criticize. Because I don't want people to care about feelings when they want to criticize me. Because that's what makes me better. If you want to criticize me, tell me everything. Then watch out for the next one I'm going to do. All your critique is going to come to life in the next one. Because you will see nothing to criticize anymore. Okay. So I think that's where it comes from. So I give them the same thing I want to get. Because they say, give love that you want to get in return. So I give them the criticism I want to get in return. So if I get them angry, they'll just go home and sleep over it and they're good. If they want to take the correction, very good. If they don't want to take it, that's still okay.
So basically, he takes criticism on a positive note.
Yeah,
understood. Now, I'm going to go back to the statement about Meek Mills and what he said. I think if you take it out of context, then you come to the conclusion that you went to. Just because you're in something for 25 years doesn't necessarily mean that he's keeping at something that he's not good at or whatever the case is. Sometimes it takes somebody a little longer than the next person to blow. Now, depending on how you interpret that for yourself, you can look at it as, okay, it took him 25 years. Let me now look into it to see maybe there are areas that Meek Mills went wrong or that individual went wrong that maybe I can correct. So, I'm saying that to say, to put that conclusion or that definition that you made onto Meek Mills for the comment that he made, I think maybe stepping over because of that. I'm not sure if in the track he says, I made mistakes, I didn't learn from it, but I kept going. I'm sure he was just talking about the time that he has devoted into his craft to make it better. Maybe he wasn't good when he started, but he put in 25 years of work. So somebody else out there, if they're looking at that, they're looking at it as there is still hope. So I don't necessarily think that he, made it any worse for anyone coming into the industry or that is in the industry.
Yeah, of course. No, he didn't make it worse. It's just that there are two sides of every coin. When you order for a $1 coin, like you're seeing something in front of it, you're not expecting what's behind it, but you ordered for a $1 coin. So, but when they deliver it to you, it might be facing downwards and be like, oh, this is not what I ordered for. But then what you ordered for is just below here. So what I'm trying to say is, this is Meek Mill trying to be positive and impacting positivity to people, especially to creatives, young creatives who are giving up, trying to impact them. But in the other hand, there's another side to the same coin that says that people that doing the wrong thing keep doing it because they feel like one day that wrong thing is going to become right. So when you criticize them, they see you as an enemy. They don't use it. They feel like, oh, you don't believe in them. That's what it boils down to.
Okay.
So it makes people, I keep hearing people doing like a lot of songs. I can't call it, no creativity is rubbish. Any creative work is good because it has its own audience.
Exactly.
Your friends will vibe to it, obviously. Yeah, but I mean, for me, what I mean is that, like, I don't take things, if it's not good, it's not good. I'm just gonna tell you it's not good. Like, no need to beat around the bush. That's for me. I'm a very straightforward person. I just tell you the way it is.
Like, if you had explained it like that in the beginning, then I would have basically laid off, right? But the way you said it was just like, wait. So if I'm trying something and it's not working, that means I gotta stop.
No. If you try something and it's not working, you keep trying it. Like, no giving up. Actually, but what I'm saying is, you should listen to people. Criticism, like, don't take every criticism. Have a book where you write positive and negative criticism. Then you have to match them, because this person will be like, I don't like this one. Another person will be like, I like this one. That person will be like, I don't like this one. Another person will be like, I like this one. So you check the number of people that like it, number of people that don't like it. Find out the reason why they don't like it. Find out the reason why they like it. Compare the both of them. If this makes more sense to you than this, then you go with this. But people don't have time for all this. They just have this idea that you don't believe in me. That's just the whole thing there. So the thing wraps the whole thing up. It doesn't give them a chance to explore the criticism. That's just where I'm coming from. Okay.
So, being a director for a while, both in Nigeria and in Canada. What is your take on everything? What's the main difference that you've seen, both in Nigeria and here, and what would you say are the negatives and the positives?
Like, are we referring to the industry?
Yeah.
Industry is big, actually.
Film industry.
Okay. Actually, we're trying our best. Nigeria, Africa in general, every creative doing filmmaking in Africa, we're really trying our best. Actually, we have I would say Nollywood. I would say Africans have more original content than Hollywood. This is no jokes. Like, we're not trying to brag or anything. We might not know how to film it well. We might not know how to present it to the public the way the Hollywood does it. But the little one we do, the organic originality of the story is present. You actually feel the presence of the story, And most times what we see in Hollywood is scientific fictions, a lot of things flying up. We might never get to that age in this world. Maybe in 30, 50, we might be in that era of the Hollywood flying object in the air and all those things. But for now, telling the now story, I think Africa still got the best. And my best filmmakers in Africa is like from South African filmmaking. I love it so much.
Wow.
Like, I watch South African movies a lot.
I actually don't enjoy their movies.
Hey, you're missing. You're missing.
No, like, I've seen them, but I flipped the channel. I don't enjoy their.
No, I love them. I love.
Besides Serafina, we'll be good.
The movies are unique. I think you should see like movies like Unseen. There's one they call Unseen. There's one they call Virginity, right? Yeah. There's one they call, like, a lot of their movies, even Secret Obsession. These are like solid stories, very organic and well shot.
Yeah.
And I know that Nollywood is coming. Like, Nollywood is really, if you check the recent content coming up from Nollywood, like Breath of Life is mind blowing. Very clean and organic story.
That I actually have to say.
Yeah,
I saw
and I keep telling people, when you want to make an African story, you start with the music, because African story. If you check the days of like the past days of the slave trade and all these things, how their stories. If they want to tell their stories, if they want to feel their stories, they sing.
Yes.
That's how they feel it. Like, you want to remember back home, you want to remember the people that died, they sing to it. So I think that the secret to telling a beautiful story in Nigeria or in anywhere in Africa is through music. You make your movie have the music feel, so that when I'm watching it, I'm feeling unless you don't want to make an original story, unless you want to make you slap me and I'll slap you again, then no need for the music. But if you want to make a very beautiful story, trust me, compose before you write your script. Compose a beautiful music, record the music, pretend like you want to make the
Like
music
a music video
of the movie, and then start from there to bring your team together. They'll listen to the music. We want to make a movie out of this music.
Wow.
How do we start? The scriptwriter will say, okay, the beginning part they talked about how the earth was beautiful and everything. They write it in the beginning, this, that. And then in this part, they talked about how the green nature was cut down by civilization. They write it, civilization now came, and this, that. So when you have your script from this music, trust me, I don't think there's any story that will beat that. And then you use this, you use the movie as a mood or as a feel to guide the production while you're filming. Like for example, if you want to move your track, let's say, when someone is talking maybe something very deep and you want to the director say, oh, I need a track shot here. Then you're moving your track and then you really have the idea of the song in your head. So you move the track based on the tempo of the music. So at the end of the day, you lay the sound and then the movement matches the music and then the actor acting knows the music you're talking about. So he or she acts with the intention of the music playing on the background, right? So all these things will make the story carried and very awesome. Unless you want to make a scientific story that nobody knows where it's coming from, then fine. Then you don't need to start from that first stage.
Wow.
Getting nuggets.
So I'm just gonna say this. He's my friend.
Like, let me put it out there.
We do movies together, and he has never said to me, let's make a song first. So thank you, Grooming Podcast, for bringing this secret out of the sky.
He's been holding out.
Can you imagine?
It's an extra charge.
So it's actually like when I put in that extra is if you want to go like deeper. For example, I made a movie. I have a movie about male child molestation. That's a topic I'm very particular about. Like I have a movement that says, male child, say no to male child abuse, right?
Yeah.
Because I know about rape, and rape is generalized in the world.
Yeah.
But then they add this extra phrase that just makes it stupid in my head. They say against women, and that's so crazy because. You can't be, if you say rape and you say against women, I'll be like, what the fuck are you saying? Right?
Yeah.
You don't do that. That you're putting other people down. And I don't believe in that. Right? It has to be say no to rape and you end it there. Don't mention the gender. Because I get to ask myself, okay, I'm not gonna lie. When I was in in secondary school in Nigeria, at the age I was in JS2, and then everybody liked me in school then. They used to call me Omalicha, which means beautiful boy.
Yes.
Yeah, so actually, then I have this senior prefect in my school, the head girl of my school then. I'm not just gonna mention it. But then she liked me, and then every time I used to come to school late, I don't keep the time. And they'll be like, every other person will come to school and then pick the bin and track and, push it off and then go to the class. But I will come, she'll ask me to kneel down. I'll kneel down, people are coming and they're going in. I'll be like, can't I go with these people? They say, shut up, kneel down, and I'll kneel down. And then she'll ask me to go kneel down in her class and wait for her. I'll kneel down in her class and wait for her. She'll come and tell me, that if I want that for then you have to respect senior. Not now that seniors are nothing. Then senior prefect. If you have any problem with one senior prefect, you might not graduate from that school. So you have to respect. So I was like, okay, what do I do to gain your forgiveness? She was like, okay, I'm going to come wash her screen from in the house. And I did. And she actually fucked me in the house.
I was going to ask.
So, so when I hear people say no to rape against women, I'll be like, I'm not going to tag along with this particular topic because it invalidates my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can never say yes to that. It's not possible.
And a lot of male kids are going through that. Okay,
now imagine the lady had infections like HIV and all that.
Yeah.
I will have it. My parents will not believe me.
Yeah.
The community will not believe me.
Nobody will believe you.
Nobody will believe me. And then this period, they'll be like, I want to take I'm going out. Let's say you have a son and a daughter, young children. I'll be like, you want to go out? There's this neighbor that stays opposite here. I can drop my son there, but I can't drop my daughter. Why? Because you're scared of your daughter being molested. But you don't give a fuck about your son. That's crazy. your son is actually, what if he becomes impotent?
Yeah.
A lot of guys are impotent today and they don't know the reason, because doctors don't tell you why you're impotent. They only tell you, oh, we found out that you're impotent. But untreated sexually transmitted diseases cause impotence in men. And imagine if, as a young boy, someone with STD, let's say gonorrhea, is having his way around your son, and your son grow up with it because he's scared of talking to you about it, and grow up with that infection. He becomes impotent, and then there is no two ways about it. It's irrevocable. So male sexual abuse is mental. Women's sexual abuse is physical.
Yeah.
Nobody's trying to balance anything because they are all wrong in the eyes of, no matter how you want to compare them, they are both in the wrong side of things. But I feel like men should be given that extra attention that they never get to receive. You know, because she raped me, it's just in your head. If you tell your friend she raped me, they'll be like, you enjoyed it now. Did you enjoy it?
Exactly.
But ask him
She made you a man.
Ask a lady the same question.
It has.
Now, do you know that there are some ladies here that their fetish is to be raped? It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, as crazy as it sounds, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
But then if you rape that same lady that has that fantasy, because they just want to gain that sympathy, which is still okay, to gain. But then nobody gets to even ask them, what's your fantasy? Don't you need to enjoy it? Nobody gets. You don't ask someone that kind of question.
Anybody that is saying it's their fantasy clearly has had an agreement with the man that was going to be played out. You can't assume someone is their fantasy and you want to play it out, right? You have to know that it is their fantasy to play it out.
No, actually, there is this. Okay, so there is this website where people with fantasy can just go up to, log in there. Let's say your fantasy is to be tricked, deceived, and raped. Mm-hmm. There is a column where you fill your form of what you want. Some places where you just say, I want to be raped by an unknown person. Sick. You just be in your house and someone will break into your house and come and rape you. But that's what you ordered in the app.
Yeah, that's why I say
exactly.
She knows about you must have said you wanted this for someone to have done it to you. At that point, you can now start screaming it's cold water because you knew that the water was cold, right? Okay,
but then at the end of the day, it's not actually about the point I'm trying to make is that it's not about if the person enjoyed it or not. Nobody cares if you enjoyed it or not. What matters is consent.
Yeah.
No matter the kind of sex you have, whether you had fun or not, if you don't have the consent to do that, you don't have the consent. It's wrong. So how can a little boy, you molest a little boy, and there is no Nigeria is crazy. There is no punishment in the constitution. There's a Nigerian constitution. 14 years for any man that rapes a woman with hard labor. Depending on the size of the crime, you might go to life imprisonment, which is good. But in that same constitution, they wrote that while I was reading, I saw for rape against women. So what about rape against women? It's not in the constitution.
Just be raped, period.
It's not in the constitution. Like, no woman has ever been charged for raping a guy in Nigeria. I don't know about any other country, but you see, Nigeria, it has never happened in the history of Nigeria.
Have they gone to court for it?
70 to 80, you can't even go to court. They will laugh at you, telling your friend, telling your lawyer about it.
That's the thing, though. Do we actually have people that are speaking out?
He has a movement. That's what he just said. He has a movement.
I have a movie.
A movement.
Trust me. Yeah. No, it's a movement, but he has a movie back it up. Okay. That movie has been submitted to a lot of festivals. It has at least not less than 12 awards in other countries, like all over the world. In Canada here, it has like 5 awards. Then other countries has more awards there. But in Nigeria, it goes for AMVCA. It never wins, and then people and then you see after AMVCA, you go online, you see what people are writing there. Why didn't this film win? Which kind of film is this? What kind of film is this? They know what they're doing. Yeah. They are trying to silence the topic. Yeah. Because even those women standing there to all those people doing this, they are part of the whole thing. They have a small boy that they have deceived someday in the past. So them seeing the movie alone is like, oh my god, no, this shouldn't come out. And then if you meet a distributor for that, they'll be like, oh, it's a sensitive topic. But you film about raping a woman, it's not sensitive. But raping a man is sensitive.
So I think I was opportune because I was in I went to some of the festivals last year, and I think I was opportune to watch one of your movies, which is Ife DJ.
Yeah.
And it's something like this about this topic.
That's
when is it
sorry.
Yeah. When is this movie going to come out for everybody to really see? That movie should go to Netflix.
Yeah, actually, I'm expecting it on Netflix. We just did this
It
submission.
should go to Netflix.
But doing it from Nigeria was the wrongest option.
Good.
Because a lot of people are sitting on it.
Good. So I watched that movie at the festivals. That movie should go to Netflix. That movie is just in fact, because of that movie and because of the way that movie was produced, I did Daddy's Daughter, and Daddy's Daughter is true life story. Ife Diche had everything that Daddy's Daughter should have had. The real things that happened behind. That movie is a must watch.
Yeah.
I watched it on the festivals. Yeah,
And if you ask a lot of all these boys, all these like youths coming up now, if you ask them, if you ask them, how did you lose your virginity as a young boy, they'll be like, oh, when they were 12, when they were 10.
And
They'll be like,
it's not just
their
the
sister,
young guys.
they're this one, they're that one.
I was sitting with a group of grown men, and there was 5 of them. Each and every one of them said what he was saying, that the first time they didn't lost their virginity was either to an aunt, babysitter, or something like that. So I came around, I was like, yo, y'all got raped.
Yeah.
Wait till they talk rape for when? No, that big woman.
That?
So then I realized that with that same group, how they view sex, how they view their partners, it stems from that, because one of them said that when the woman did what she did and he was sleeping with her, he felt confused, he didn't understand. And then over time, it's like, he was like, okay, I guess this is normal. So ever since, he, in his mind, it's like, I can't just sleep with one woman, I have to be with multiple. And that comes from that. And then one comment that another one of them said was, how can I go stand in front of my father and tell him, Daddy, so and so raped me? Are you mad? So I think it is a sensitive topic in the sense of men in our community, fathers in our community do not want to touch this subject because they feel as though you're a man. And I think that is wrong, because when you take the likes of someone like Medea, Tyler Perry, he was raped when he was younger. A lot of men in the industry have been raped. And when you see certain things that they do now, it kind of reflects it. And then let me take it to the extreme. There are serial killers, pedophiles, that started because some of them were raped, molested as young men, and they didn't have the outlet to be able to say anything, because of course we'll always look at them as, you're supposed to be a man, why are you crying, you're supposed to handle yourself. So I don't know how far you are in your movement. I think that if it's a matter of sending out more petitions to other governments to bring more awareness, not just in Nigeria, but even here in Canada, that it's something that should be pushed forward. Because it's true, you won't send your female child to a certain individual's house, but you may send your male child because you feel like. But nowadays, because of topics and things that are going on, like I always say, even me, I'm very wary on who I leave my daughter with. Some will say, she's old enough to talk, but before she can come and tell me, I'm not waiting for somebody to do something to
mess up with her mental health.
Yeah, because then I will go to jail.
So I have a question. Because like Kit Kat said, me too, I used to work in a barber shop, so I have heard a lot of men talk about the same experience. And I am looking at them like, huh?
You've been violated.
Yeah, I'm just like, huh?
And they will laugh about it.
And they will laugh about it and say, oh, she made me a man.
Yeah.
She made me a man. And I'm like, are you kidding me? If my son came to tell me that this happened, are you all right? But like you mentioned, it's a taboo. Then from a taboo, it becomes like, I'm a man. And of course, when it's like that, or it's seen like that, who's complaining? But at the end of the day, an innocent was taken advantage of. If either they're complaining or not, an innocent individual was taken.
I have a question. I have a question to throw open. Let's say you have a daughter, you have a son, and your son meets you and say, "Mommy, this auntie touched me in my private part, and she even did this, she even did that." What will be your first line of action?
I'm getting that.
I'm going to be talking
We're
to
going to that
auntie.
auntie's house.
Okay, so what will you do?
Yeah, like the same way. And if it's proven,
I'm-
I will be going to
Listen, so far as me, my
take it to
mentality
the next
is,
level.
if my child is telling me something like that, because right now the way I have, trained my daughter, these are certain areas that nobody's supposed to touch. And even if they touch your shoulder and you don't feel comfortable with them, you tell them I don't feel comfortable. And if they continue, then there's a problem. I am going to that auntie. Okay, we're in Canada, no problem. We're calling the police.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're calling the
so
police.
like I always say, thank God for social media. Social media is one of the greatest things that have happened. With my mentality of growing and knowing that it's only female kids that have always been, they molest only female kids. I'm a product of abuse. I'm a product of molestation. So I know what molestation does. I'm just a resilient person. Probably Kenny too is a resilient person. That's why he's able to talk about it and take the movement and please, whenever you need me, I will be there for your movement. We are going to be there for your movement. It's a great movement.
Yeah.
And when I say thank God for social media, in the past I would never believe that a male would be molested, but I watched something on social media and now it's not only women. This is a male adult, maybe a 12-year-old boy, and because it's a podcast, I don't know how to phrase it, but he was going from the back and the boy was crying and running away and he was bringing him back. I watched it and I couldn't stand it that quickly, but he was bringing him back as boy. So it's not only about aunties now.
So you see?
No, I'm saying in general.
You see why it's very important about the male. Now it's no longer what you're scared of. Let's say you have a daughter now, yeah? You have a neighbor, one is a woman, one is a guy. And then you're scared of taking your daughter to the guy's house. Instead, you can drop her over at the woman's house, yeah? But you can take your son to either of the both. Now, your daughter is only open to that molestation from this uncle, not from the auntie.
She's also
no,
from the auntie too.
No, hold on, I'm coming. But this guy is open to both.
Yes.
He's molested by two. He can be molested by this guy, can be molested by this woman.
Yeah.
So I think to a male child is more broad. Like, is more wide. If you think about the possibilities, let's say if your child meets you now, why I threw that question open was that because I know that the first line of action where parents will always take when your child, first of all, as an African parent, you will want to be like, oh, well, don't go there again. Why did you go there? Go and lay down. Hands up.
Yeah.
Don't go
Why
there
did
again.
you wear
You know what I'm
mini
saying?
skirts?
No,
It's the way you were dressing.
It's not
What
about
happened to me?
the girl will
What
actually
happened to that to me?
the girl will actually even have more simple. African parents will take the girl so serious. They will take her to the place. They'll be like, I want to know what happened and all those things. But as a guy, they will punish you. They will ask you not to go there again, and then that's it. But then here, you guys want to pressure and all those things, right? Because it's Western world. But that's not the main line of action that should be taken. The first line of action is medicals.
Okay.
Yeah, but here, as far as I'm concerned, when you actually do go to the police will get a doctor or they will take you to a clinic where they will do a physical on you.
I think I would like to go to the
It's-
medicals. Then while they are doing that,
Regardless.
I'll now go to the
No, do you know why they do that?
Because of forensics,
Yes,
yeah.
because
Oh,
they
yeah.
need to have evidence.
Yeah, I
Yes.
feel you.
They don't
Okay,
want
that
you
works,
to
that works.
go
No,
and wash it all
yeah,
off and stuff
yeah.
without
That
evidence.
works.
So that's
That
why they
works.
work together.
Yeah,
That
even
works,
if you
yeah,
go
that
to
makes
the
sense.
hospital first, the police are
They will call the
Yeah,
police
they will call the
immediately.
police.
Yeah.
Now,
That-
if it was
that's
in
awesome.
my
Yeah.
hands,
This is a
I would
That's
go
awesome.
to that
Yeah.
person's house.
That's awesome.
I know.
So and the funny thing is that a lot of people don't pay attention to these details,
Yeah.
right? And that's why I said people in Africa are suffering.
Oh, they're suffering.
And I'll
Every
tell you
They
something.
are very, very
I'll tell you
suffering.
You see,
something.
Supernatural
you see,
suffering.
you see everybody moving around, but they are all traumatized in different ways.
Yeah.
I'll
Moving
tell you
around.
something.
Like I
Somebody
said, they're
very
heavy.
close to me too, because I was complaining about my abuse, and he looked at me and said he was abused too by an auntie, a man. And maybe he would never have said it
Yeah.
except when I was complaining and
Yeah, because
saying.
there's no safe space
And
to
then
say
he
that.
looked at me and said, he was. This is somebody very close to me. I don't have the right to say who he is to me because maybe I'm the only person that he has said it to. And he will feel less of a man if anybody knows that happened to him. But he's auntie.
But I have a question.
Okay.
I think we asked you that time, I'm not sure. but it goes to the both of you. Did you guys go for any therapy?
Okay, so where I'm from, in Nigeria, we don't have therapists. That's number one. Then we might have, but nobody is actually thinking about that. That's number one. Then number two is that we were trained to be resilient. We were trained to be strong and all that. So what we do in Nigeria is that we learn from mistakes. We don't go to people for cancellation, right? And that might be the way the things are supposed to be or are not supposed to be. Nobody knows, but that's how we've been living the life. That's how we've been seeing it. But at the end of the day, I don't feel sad about that because, okay, one day I went online, there was a time it was trending in Nigeria. I think during the NSAS protest, I think after or before the NSAS protest, there was a protest about molestation, about rape.
Mm-hmm.
Now I see people, writing placards. I went online and I saw this senior prefect. She had a placard, say no to rape against women. The same idiot.
Oh, the one I didn't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at it, I'll be like, wow.
Yeah,
life
do
is
you remember what?
life
And
is
see,
crazy.
she was seeing it in a different way, that no rape to women, but forgetting the fact that she raped a boy, and it's actually also rape.
I got the warning email. I got the warning email from a festival when I submitted that movie. I was asked not to submit it again.
Wow. It's the same thing where I see as society makes it so bad when they see a man dating a younger woman.
Yeah.
But then it's not as bad when it's a woman dating a younger man. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that as an example is if this man gets a young girl that is, let's say, 15, 16, they'll now say he's grooming her. But when a young guy is dating at the same age, 15, 16, dating a 20 plus woman, they'll say, oh yeah, he's a man. No, it's also grooming. And the emphasis is not put onto that relationship, but it's always put on to the counterpart. And I feel like there too, we allow certain things to go without being said or punished, and it's not fair. Men get extra weight in certain topics than women do, and it becomes an imbalance because automatically we view men as, strong, security, all that stuff. So we assume that they can handle themselves, not knowing that many of them are actually fragile on the inside, but they be acting hard on the outside.
Yeah, I think I agree with you because guys are only hard.
They're like
no matter how
outside.
no matter how big guy is, they're only hard on the outside. Yeah. Women are more stronger on the inside. Trust me, if a guy go through childbirth pain, no guy will survive. That's the truth. Forget the gymming, forget the muscles, forget everything. No. So women are stronger when it comes to emotion.
Yeah.
They're also stronger when it comes to mental games, mental stuff. They're more stronger. But men are that's why men can cheat now and you find out the next morning. Yeah. Where a woman can cheat for the rest of her life. You
She
can't
just said she will carry
never
maybe
find
your
out.
own, so you don't know.
A woman can actually tell you, I want to go and buy something down the road. It will take her 5 minutes to go down the road and come back, yeah? She will go down that road and come back in 5 minutes with that same product, but she went to see someone else. I don't know how you could do it.
Women are good
I don't know how you
planners.
could do it, but it works. But the guy will step out and he will not be back till the next 3 hours. And while he's driving back, he's thinking of a lie to say.
And then
the lie is all over his face. And then he can't even say it because he knows he's not saying the truth. He can't even say it. So that brings back to what I want to say about what you said about the grooming part. I don't believe in grooming. I think everybody should be given an opportunity to live their life and get to the stage where they need someone, because I was never given an opportunity to be a kid, and I think it's a very big factor. Every children out there
It messes up your mental health.
should be given an opportunity to be a child. Like being a child is very important in a human
No,
being.
that's what she meant by grooming. Meaning that you don't let that child be a child.
Yeah.
You are grooming the child to be your mate.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
That's
like
what
that.
she meant
That's
by
what it is.
grooming.
Yeah.
Like I think I agree with you.
One
Like,
thing-
I don't think nobody should groom anybody, please. If anybody groom my son or my daughter, you're going to jail. I'm so sorry to say
Going
that.
to serious
Don't
jail.
groom anybody.
If the devil doesn't enter me first, you're going to jail.
Don't groom anybody. Just
Yeah.
allow them to grow up.
Yeah.
I don't see why you should be looking at my son with an intention of having sex with him later in the future.
Yeah.
Or looking at my daughter with an intention of telling me you're grooming.
They're just lying to themselves that it's in the future, I beg.
what
That's
am I
what,
doing?
like, now-
If you're grooming him or her, what am I doing as a dad?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly.
If
This
it's
is my
the-
job to groom my
But
child.
I'm
I don't
just
know
watching
if
you guys
it's
grooming
the
each other.
same in the Nigerian community, right? But in the Ghanaian community, you have some uncles. Oh, my wife.
They do
The
it.
truth
Because
is
of certain things that I experienced and went through. Now, like if anybody comes from my daughter, my daughter, are you crazy? No, she can never be your wife.
Exactly.
Never.
I
She
want
can never.
to see.
So
Say that with your
I
full
tried
chest,
to
man.
nip it. It like I think it's only happened once, and that person because of her size, uncle, no, she can never be. This her size, please find somebody your own age.
I will never laugh about it.
Yeah.
And then
like,
after
yo,
that,
please,
after my
stop it.
daughter
Yeah.
left the vicinity, I said, see, I don't subscribe to that. My wife, if you like play with me like that, no problem.
Yeah.
But not my daughter.
Yeah, of course.
I don't like it.
The same way you cannot say the
it
F word in
gives
front of the
chance.
kids, the same way you shouldn't do that.
Yes,
like, you
it
shouldn't
gives
cause
chance
your
for
wife.
them to now come slap the
Yes,
little
ma'am.
girl's bum or the little boy's bum.
You
Oh
know,
my
there's,
god.
there's one thing about the mind, the brain. Once you're saying it, the brain starts forming towards that direction. And then once you're being comfortable with it, they are being comfortable with
Yeah.
it. Before you know it, play starts.
That's how
Yes.
it's
Hey, my baby, my child.
Sit on my lap.
Before you know it,
Sit
on my
You know
lap.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's crazy, man.
Our culture, our mentality
Crazy.
really needs to change when it comes to that.
Mhm.
We need to change a lot of things. We need to voice out a lot of things because it started not today, right? Our own parents too, we have their friends that will call uncles and aunties and at parties. They will be saying, my daughter, my daughter, my daughter. For my daughter, see me as so.
My daughter
my
is not your daughter,
let
sorry.
me give you something. My daughter, come and meet me somewhere. And because you are so comfortable with them because they are your parents' friends, you don't see it as a red flag.
Yes.
And then you now follow and go and meet them thinking that, oh, uncle wants to give me something. But uncle also wants to take something from you. And at that point, you cannot go back to your parents and complain because when uncle said you should come, how come you didn't tell them that you were going?
Even
You
when you
understand? And then when you not even
They will not
complain,
flip on
they might
you.
not want to say anything.
No, they won't say anything because there was a time at the time I have grown now and become more aware of things. And then I went to a party with my parents, and this is my father's friend. And while I was at the party, you know, I was doing something. I was trying to maybe do something. And this uncle came behind me and stood right behind me, and his dick was really touching my ass.
Uncle, stop
And I
touching.
felt very, very uncomfortable.
Uncle, stop
And then
touching.
on our way home after the party, and I looked at my dad and I said, this uncle came, and then he explained what happened to him. Well, him and my dad were still friends.
No.
I don't know if my dad said anything.
No, he won't say
He
anything
won't
because
say
he want to maintain a friendship.
Yeah.
I think our parents value friendship. To their
Mine-
kids.
I don't
No.
think it's that my dad didn't believe me, but
No, he
I
believes
don't
you,
know.
but
I
there's
don't
nothing
know.
he can do.
Yeah.
Actually,
No.
that was, to him, there's nothing he can do.
When
Like,
we were
leave it until it happens again. That's what they would. That's what will be in his
I
mind.
guess that
There was
something.
an incident when we were younger where he was the brother of a family friend. We all lived in the same building. And the man made a gesture, I forgot what exactly it was. I think he either touched my sister, like either helped, he did something. And like my sister too, she's very like stern. She gave him a piece of her mind and then we all went and told my dad. If that day, not for the fact that the man's brother-in-law was standing between my dad and the door, everybody in the house would have died. My dad now told the man, his wife, said, listen, this is your brother that's here. He can never come near my children again. If I see him within 2 days or so, I can be corrected if I'm wrong. The man didn't live there again. My dad said, there's no way that man's gonna stay in the same building.
I
with
think
us."
parents should be like that.
So,
Parents should be more like
like,
that.
For us, we knew if anybody crossed us the road, my parents always said, we'll fight for you, but don't come and do nonsense, don't lie. If you tell us the truth, fine, don't embarrass us outside. So if anything happens, you come and tell us. And then, you know, we're able to at least try and report certain things.
Well, I have this thing to say. Like you asked the question, you said, did we get counseling and everything? We're very resilient. I'm a very resilient person. Yes, pictures still play very well now that I'm more grown up. It still plays very well in my head. And I guess that's why I'm a filmmaker, because I'm able to express my pain through film and through writing. I get to write a lot. So I'm able to express it through that. So, but one thing I must say is, Madam Senior Prefect, don't apply for Canadian visa.
What how she's saying right now?
No.
I wonder if she
Let her
Because
come. Let her come.
all
Let's use that as an example.
all my predators, all the people that made me feel uncomfortable. You see how they bring back cases 20 years ago. Because in Nigeria, I don't think the system works for you
System
for them to be
protects-
brought to the books.
Protect the
But I think a lot of
incumbents.
people need to be used as an example.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
all of you, if you come into Canada,
You're getting arrested at the airport.
then we're going to
I'm
court.
joking.
We're going to court. We're going to go to court. So it's not like I haven't forgiven, but I think they need to be used as an example.
No. I've actually
I think that's
I've actually
that's
forgiven.
for me.
I've actually forgiven, but when I hear that kind of story from my son, I'll use that person to remind the person of what the person or that person did.
It won't even happen. Don't even worry.
Like,
It won't even happen.
No. I'm not putting it out there. So in case someone is planning for it to happen.
Yeah, so they should stop
It's gonna
everybody.
get a piece of
If you're having a problem in your head, go for counseling. Do something
No,
about it.
see,
Fix up
listen.
yourself.
A guy or a girl that wants to rape a guy or a girl is not about counseling or anything. This is an intentional act.
No, so now I'm gonna fight you because when you say a guy or a girl that wants to rape a guy or a girl, it's no more a guy or a girl that wants to rape. Now let's leave the word I rape because
Okay,
even anybody that wants to rape, even a transgender,
any human being
everybody
that wants
has
to
a
rape
right.
somebody, I believe is a willing act. Why I said so is because we all know the judgment. We all know it doesn't end well, but they still choose to do it. If you see the repercussion of something, if you see that when you walk out this door, you're gonna jump inside fire or something, you wouldn't want to leave this door, right? So, but if you choose to open it, then you chose to open it.
Yeah. And
So
that
I won't even
includes-
agree that it's the trauma that led you there.
It includes married couples too. Some of them.
Marital rape. Yeah.
marital rape. What do you mean?
If
I heard
if
about
your
that
wife or
one,
husband doesn't want to sleep with you at that time, they force
That's
themselves.
not rape.
It's
No,
rape.
it's rape.
No, do they like tear your clothes? This is
No.
a-
No.
If-
Okay, so
if you
rape is
don't
about
want-
consent.
Yes. If I don't want to sleep with you,
You know?
Really?
and
Yeah,
you're my
let it be.
husband and you make me, it's rape.
Anyway, I still have some African mentality.
No, and you make
I
me-
still feel I
when
have
you say, okay, so when you say
satisfy
and
my
you make me,
partner.
yeah.
He wants and
When you
If
say
if he holds you down and he's making
then yes, that's
That's
rape.
yeah.
that's rape.
But not that if I don't want, maybe I'm tired.
There's some,
and
Okay,
then
no, you know-
there are
something
some
different.
they won't use
You know
physical
everything about-
restraint,
You
but
know
they'll
everything
tell
after.
you are my wife. You have to sleep with me. You're making her do something because now you've instilled some sort of fear in her.
Yeah.
No,
You're
no,
my
that's not
husband. It is rape.
No, it's
I
not
don't
rape.
want to sleep
No.
with
Okay,
you.
okay. Hold on. I think that marriage is perceived differently from the Western world. Marriage is not the same thing when it comes to Africa.
No, it's
in
not.
Africa,
There are women that are being
Africa,
maritally raped on a regular basis.
exactly. But see, if you're married to someone, as an African tradition, you're tied to this person. Like this is the same person that you're gonna have morning, afternoon, night. But then that is where dating comes in. If you understand your partner, you understand when she's in the mood and when she's not in the mood. Sometimes she might say no, you want to convince her. But when you meet a random stranger and, be like, and the person say no, everything that comes after a no is a rape.
But no,
but that's
it's
what
the
she
either
said.
same thing
But
in
if I convince
marriage.
if my wife says no and I'm able to convince her and
No,
she's
now you
different.
coerced
That's
her. No,
different.
it's still
but that is
coercion.
me making her in her like this is me
No.
trying to
if
tell her,
she's
remember you're
feeling,
my wife. I
yeah,
have
but
to
don't
do this.
forget, if she's feeling
Yeah,
that you are making her,
you're making her.
if she
to
can
rape.
file that you raped her.
That's because they made it that way here in the
No.
Western world.
Yeah, but
Because
you
you
can
can
say
file.
that.
No.
You can say that. But at the end of the day, why? Even if I'm married to you, why won't I get your consent to have sex with you? Why not? Even
Okay.
if you
I
don't
have
want
an
to do
exception
it,
this.
but you're still okay with me doing it, it's still okay. That is marriage. But if your wife is saying no or your husband is saying no, and you're not pushing yourself on that person, it is
There might
wrong.
be a reason.
Doesn't matter where you
Yeah,
are.
It's
Can you
rape.
give me a
Rape.
reason?
No, she doesn't. She or he doesn't
Okay,
have
so
to give
then-
a reason.
okay, so then if you
our
cannot-
movement is not for husband
wait,
and wife.
okay, wait,
Our
no.
movement
So
is
I
for
want to answer this question. Hold on. So if she
No,
says
right.
no, if she says no, and I take my car keys and I drive off and I go meet some other girl.
You know the question you're asking.
And I met somebody. So and I come back and I tell you that because you didn't give me this yesterday.
No, that's
I went to get it
petty.
here. So what are you gonna do?
No, it's called cheating.
No, it's not
Yes,
about
it
cheating.
is.
No, you don't do that. No, you don't do that.
It's called
That is
cheating.
eating your cake and having it.
No.
Like hold on.
Eating your cake and having it
I'm
is
meant
not
to rest.
cheating.
I'm meant to rest on your
No problem, I
times,
never-
but you're not
no
meant to rest
problem.
on my times.
My husband wants to sleep with. No, I want to sleep with my husband. My husband said he's not ready right now. No problem. Need to enter car. Go outside.
Yes, now.
No, come on.
If
now,
that's
let's
how
be
marriage
real.
is,
If that's
you know
how
how
marriage
marriage
is,
is,
let me
marriage
marry.
is.
No, but that's what is going on. Like you don't know.
No.
Wait, you don't know that. No, that's what's going
listen,
on.
it's called selfishness.
Whoever wants to cheat is cheating because
cheating
they
because
choose
they
to
want
cheat, not
to.
because their
Guys.
spouse
It's
decided
not
they don't
because
want
the
to have
wife
sex
for one
together.
day said, you know what,
No,
babe,
don't
right
turn
now
it
I
around.
can't.
Guys,
Marriage
Listen,
is a different ball
Listen,
game. It
honey.
doesn't work like
Honey,
that.
man.
Let's use better analogies and examples.
Wait,
because
we
it's
want to
like,
talk.
honey, let's do
I'll talk to
this.
the viewers. I'll talk to the viewers.
Let's do this.
I'll talk to the viewers. Guys, you know, they don't really
He
know.
tried. He
They
tried
don't-
to do it for the men.
They
He
don't
tried.
really know. They don't really know what a honey man or a honey woman can do. Now, we pretend like we don't know that women that do not have their way to their husband's parts doesn't go outside. If you ask a woman,
It's
why did you
cheating.
cheat? They'll be like, my wife did not.
But cheating
My woman has
is
not touched me for a
cheating.
long time now.
And it
I
is
need
not
to go
an
and do this.
excuse.
It's not
Okay,
Exactly.
okay,
So,
no.
but-
See, I've heard,
It is not an excuse to
Ladies,
cheat.
ladies, hold on. Ladies, hold on. It is, hold on. I'm telling
Queen B is the moderator.
no, I've heard,
I'm even hot now.
I've heard where some women say their partner will say, I'm not gonna make love to you as a form of punishment.
Which is wrong.
That's different.
So no, listen. And if I go and meet the man, you're my husband, you must do this to me, blah blah blah, and he doesn't. And the woman cheats, she did cheat. And she goes out and finds somebody that will make her happy. She hasn't cheated.
So what has she done?
Depending on what
So
you
what
watch
did she
it.
do? Okay,
Oh,
oh,
come
Depending
on.
on what you
You
watch.
stop
God gave me.
Stop it.
Yeah, you
Depending
said
on
my
what
husband and wife.
It depends
No,
on what you
no,
call
no,
cheating.
First of
Depending on what you refer
first
to
of all,
as cheating. It
first of
depends
all,
on
no,
what you
no,
refer to as
no,
cheating.
no, no.
Cheating is disrespect.
No.
Not having sex. If someone asks
It's
you,
a lie. I have to stand up for this.
You guys, I don't understand.
Let's go.
if a guy asks you,
No.
if a guy asks, can you be in a relationship here where you don't have sex, but you are both of you are deeply in love? It's possible, right?
Yes.
So which proves that sex is not love,
No, sex is
right?
not love.
So what is sex? Sex is cheating. Like why sex? I think.
Listen, if you're with
I
me
think
and you
sex
look at
is more
another
bonding.
woman,
So
lustfully you've
Sex is
cheated.
what?
Okay, hold on. Okay,
Sex is
okay.
bonding.
Please.
It's a
I
bonding.
know, so why are you bonding with someone that's
So
not
why
your
you-
wife?
so why would you
Exactly.
I
have a
Exactly.
question.
That's one reason why we
Listen,
need to keep
the whole-
bonding.
the
Any
whole
day you
point
tell me
is
no,
that-
and I have
No, I
patience.
think-
Tomorrow you tell me no, I have patience. I'm
No,
waiting
no,
for
no,
your
no, no,
consent,
no, no.
and you didn't give me
I
a consent
think-
for like 1 week, and I'm just supposed to have that
Both
shit
of
in my
you need to
scrotum.
go and have a conversation.
Exactly.
That is what you need to do.
Yeah,
Thank
of course.
you.
Okay.
Sometimes
Before you
the
open
lady
your
might
eyes
be
like
looking
that
outside
eyes.
already, and then she still don't have the time, and then she's still gonna keep telling you
The
no.
both of
No,
you
I
need
think-
to sit down
okay,
and
I have a
have
question. I have a
think
question.
wait, Queen V. I think our brother here,
Ah.
he diverted from the topic because the topic
I told you guys
was
when
if
you were
you say
diverting.
no,
I told you
it's
guys.
rape.
Yeah,
I told you guys when you were
Now,
done.
When
When
you go from no, we didn't say in the context of you're in a relationship
think
and
the
your
traditional
partner
difference.
continuously is denying you of sex or whatever, then that means either you have a conversation or the both of you separate
Okay,
and go your own
Please,
way.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Sleeping with
I'll
someone
go
else
somewhere
while
else.
you're in a relationship with someone is cheating. Frolicking with someone else while you're in a relationship is cheating. If I'm with you and you look at another woman, you've mentally cheated on me.
Okay, I have a question.
Like-
I have a question.
Listen, my eyes are for you, for me,
both
and
of
only
you.
me.
God
To
gave
both
me
of you.
eyes to
No, you
see.
didn't
Both
see.
of you.
You can see, but don't
To
lost.
see the world. No, I need to appreciate God's creation at some
I
point.
see that.
You know,
See
I need to be
that.
like, oh,
I
I
think
like
like
that.
that.
Okay,
Let's
go ahead.
So I have a question for you. Like the analogy I just gave, where a man says he's withholding sex from his wife to punish her. So 6 months she doesn't have that carnal knowledge with her husband, and she goes out. You're still saying it's cheating.
Yes, she should have a discussion
Okay,
with her
now
husband.
I'm asking the question the viewers will ask. What is she supposed to do on that note?
She's supposed to
When a man
compensate.
keeps using
Okay, let me tell
what
you.
is her
let
right
me answer.
as a
Yes,
punishment
no
for
problem.
her, please.
No problem.
What is she supposed
First
to do?
and foremost, have a conversation with your husband. There is no reason that the man or the woman should be saying, I'm going to use sex to punish you. I think that one is out of line on
Wrong.
both sides.
Yeah.
If you speak to your husband, you speak to your wife, and they cannot give you a reason as to why they're using this so-called sex as a punishment, honestly, where's the divorce paper? Oh yeah, pastor comes. Let's end this. You don't need to be in any relationship that is depriving you of anything that is humanly right. If anyone is depriving you of food, are you gonna still live in that house? No. If they're depriving you of water, are you gonna stay there? No. If you're miserable, whether it's a relationship, situationship, whatever ship it is that you're sailing on, remove yourself.
No, I think we should go and think about it.
Yeah.
And I think, please.
There's nothing to think about.
This case has
Let me
not
put it
done.
like this. If
Correct.
I'm with you,
No, it's not
If
black and
I'm
white.
with you,
It's not black and
This
white.
case
if I'm
has not
dating
done.
you, if I'm married to you, dear future husband, if you ever try to deny me of my basic marriage civil rights, I promise you, the same way we got married is how we'll go and get divorced, because it is not right. I don't think that should ever be a topic. Usually, from what I've seen, men or women that say, I'm denying my partner of sex is because they're already getting it from someone else. So they're just trying to make you miserable. If your husband is depriving you, if your wife is depriving you, listen, talk to them first. Let me say something that's politically correct. Talk to them. Have a conversation. Baby, why? What's going on? Talk to me. If baby cannot talk to you, then baby girl, baby boy, go somewhere else. Leave the relationship.
There are
There's
babies
no
all over the
need
world.
to have that, because now the wife goes out
You know
and
the
sleeps with
divorce is
someone.
not immediate. Divorce is after 1
That's
year.
fine. You
So
can
for 1 year,
separate.
you're still hungry.
No, you can listen. Divorce is on a piece of this thing just annoys me. Sorry. Divorce and marriage is on a piece of paper. If I'm not happy with my husband, bye boo. Just because the paper says we're married does not mean physically we are married.
Okay.
So I get annoyed when people say he or she's still married and he's still. No, the relationship is over.
It's over, yeah.
We're in separate
Yeah,
locations. Even if we're
No,
in
even
one
if you're in
house,
the same house.
yeah, even if you're in
Even
one
if you're
house
in the
and
same
there's an
house.
understanding that the relationship is over, honey, boo, whoever it is, you are not tied to that person anymore.
Point of correction.
So-
Sometimes you have an understanding and say, guy, I'm done with you. I can't take this anymore. But the guy in his head says,
That one's for
it's
his
still
mind.
my wife.
That's
your
for his
business.
mind.
Okay, so hold on. So what I want to say now is that
We
this
digress.
is a very sensitive topic, and I feel like
For where?
it's a very sensitive topic.
Insensitive, yeah.
And I think that because we're not in that
Yeah,
shoes,
I'm not
we cannot
married.
discuss
Yes!
it, right?
Why?
So I
You
think-
haven't been through
you
that
haven't
shoe.
been it. You
I've
haven't
been
like,
through abuse
if
and
you
I
ask
don't
me-
speak
if
about
you-
it.
No,
if
no.
you-
No, it's not about being.
No,
That's
no,
not being.
no, I get what you're
Listen,
saying,
the
but
only
you know what?
difference
It is
between
a white
myself,
and it is black.
yeah,
I
the
wish
only
you had
You might
had-
not like
between
the
I wish you
shady
could
part
have a
of it.
woman or a man
Who
that
has
actually
been
gone
through it?
Through
Like,
what?
I can
A
see
cheating
that.
spouse.
No.
The only
Just
difference
on a
is-
cheating
the
spouse.
only
No,
difference. Somebody saying that they're depriving
Being
me of
what?
sex.
Being deprived
The
of
only-
sex.
Yes!
Yes.
But guess what?
Why do you
Doesn't
do in
matter.
that state?
Listen, it
You
is simple.
leave.
You leave the relationship if you
Why
cannot
be
stand
somewhere
it.
that is toxic?
If you guys talk about it and you don't come to an understanding, you bring an elder or a pastor to speak to it, and you guys don't come to an understanding, then what's the point of that marriage any longer?
Exactly.
Then you go your separate ways.
Okay.
You don't cheat. That is not an ex.
Okay, we agree.
and it is not.
Okay, you
Well,
guys have won.
Yeah, let's-
No, it's not a matter of what.
No,
You guys have won.
It's there.
It's
2-0,
not. And it's not an
2-0.
excuse to
Yeah.
cheat.
They won. They won.
2-0.
Well, come
She has
to
one.
our-
She has one. So 1-1-0-0.
Let's come to our conclusion.
Let's go and fry our zero.
Even though we started this topic on
Yeah,
movies and films
Kenny,
and
wait,
everything.
wait.
Yeah.
Kenny talked about how good the African
Film
film industry is. But Kenny, now you've been part of the Canadian film industry. What do you think? Do you think we're trying? What do you think about us? I don't want to give you a yes or no
To be
question.
honest,
Yeah, tell us what you think we should improve on.
do you want my honesty?
We want your honest
Okay,
criticism.
so I'm a very, very brutal criticizer.
Wow.
I think I should,
Oh, yeah, oh.
I should be paid for criticism because I'm very brutal at it. So first of all, if the ocean is if the river or a stream is not complete enough to form a river, there is no need to divide it and give it separate names. That's what I'm trying to say. I think that Nollywood industry in Canada is kind of a bit competitive. So many parties when they are not even complete yet. Like even bringing all the parties together, they are not complete. They can't even make a solid project together as a whole. Like every of them, bring them together, we cannot make a solid project. So, but then why separate when we're not complete yet? You know, get what I'm saying?
So what you're saying?
So what I'm trying to say is that the industry here is kind of very disappointing. I can't lie, it's disappointing because sometimes you want to make a project and then since you have this person in your movie and this person is part of it, you cannot use this next person because they are not in the same clique or they are in different gang. So it's different gang. You know, I don't think I like that to be honest. I think unity is just what matters the most. You know, like if we are as creatives, I agree that we are creatives. Creatives are very accommodating. Creatives are very open to one another. Creatives are very welcoming. So if I'm a creative and I see where you're doing great and I want to make a project and I feel like you coming in can actually make this angle better, I think I want to have you in it. Like I don't want to put sentiment in it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work like that here.
Okay.
That's just the problem.
We're gonna work on ourselves.
But then as a unit, as a united family, just remove all those titles. These people, this team, these people, this group. Remove all those titles and come as an individual. They'll form an alliance and see you guys, you know, creating a force that is undefeatable. You know, because everybody have different things to offer. Nobody's incapable of anything. Everybody's capable of something. I see what comes out from individual. I see different people making their random content. I go online, I see people's status. I see that they are very good in what they do. You know, very talented people have here. But then the unity is absent, and the absence of unity is destruction. That's just where it ends to. So yeah, that's what I say.
We've taken notes. Please, I hope you guys are taking notes.
Canadian film industry.
And one thing is that if one of these groups blacklist you, trust me, even if they are drowning, they don't need you. Like even if they are drowning, like even if the world is about to end.
He's speaking from personal.
No, it's not. I see. Like I observe.
Yes, observe.
Like I see people. I see things happen. You know. So
Personal experience.
when I'm seeing it the way it is. And even if that, let's say you are with the switch of this light in the show now, and someone wants to come here and pick something, and they are hitting their head on the wall, and they say, "I will switch you." As long as you're not in their clique,
They will say,
they don't need
"Please
you.
turn it
They will hit their head and bleed. They will hit their head and bleed and get through that thing than to have you make it easier for them.
And it's wrong.
And that's
It's
sad.
very wrong. So where is creativity? The idea of creativity is unity.
Wow.
Because if you are creating from all different people, from different worlds.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I have my strength. You have your strength. You have your strength. You have your strength.
If you go to companies, construction companies, you see a lot of people working there. Imagine, let's say in a construction company, you see 10 people working here and there are just 10 of them. They can barely finish this work. And then among 10 of them, you brought out 5 and say, go to the next compound. And be doing what there?
No, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're not united, I'm so sorry, nothing can come.
We thank you for your honest, brutal criticism.
It wasn't that brutal.
It
And then actually, I've not actually seen any. Sorry.
Choose your words.
Sorry.
Choose your words.
Sorry.
You're in the room with
Sorry.
3 females.
Sorry.
Be
Three
careful
female
how you're going to
actresses.
speak.
Yes.
Okay.
Choose your words.
Okay. So because at the end of the day, the truth is that for me, I don't think I'm losing in any way. That's just the truth. And the truth is that why I said so, I have a comment to make, but I want to clear this point I just made. I don't think I'm losing anyway in the sense that if I want to make a project today and this person is my enemy and that my enemy has another enemy, I will cast you and your enemy in the same project and you people will play lovers and you people must fall in love in the project and I'll make you people fall in love. So if you hate me, I will give you an offer that you can't say no to and you have to come. And when you come, I'll put you in a situation where you will be forced to do something with the next person. So but my comment is that I've not actually seen a solid feature film, like a solid feature film coming out from Canada Nollywood organization that is on a very good platform, that is doing well on a very good platform. That's the truth.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
There's two different things you just said.
Yeah.
There's a difference between the solid film coming out, and there's a different thing with it being on a good platform.
And doing well.
You understand? And doing well.
Yeah.
So we know there's some movies that are well done, but
course.
they're not maybe on the best platform. And sometimes they might be on a platform, but they're not doing as well as we expect, even though the quality of the movie was great. So I think it also varies.
No.
And don't forget, the Canadian Nollywood is new. It's not even up to 5 years.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So we're still trying now.
No, people are not trying. The only reason why I say people are not trying is because the absence of that unity is causing a lot.
Yeah.
It's causing more
That's the
harm.
problem.
I see where you're coming from.
You see where I'm coming from,
And
right?
protocols
So
are not
imagine.
followed.
Okay, now let me explain something to you. Yeah? I will say something to you. You know the way you say that a lot of us are part of the industry now. So a lot of us here have different contents in different places that are just there, but they might not be doing well in respect of the quality or any of those things. I agree with you, but imagine that this person did this line and it's great. This person did this one and it's great. This person did this one. Imagine what they would do collectively.
Yeah.
So I feel like what is missing is the collective effort.
Yeah. I agree.
You can use your phone to make content. You can use your phone. Everyone can use their phone, and you guys will act well. You'll be watching it to be like, hey, it's funny. This means you acted well, right? So imagine that you people actually come together instead of doing it personally. Come together and say, okay, what do we need left? You figure it out. What do we need? We need a good camera. You get a DP. What do we need next? We need this. Okay, what can you do? I can do this. I can do this. Okay, you play this role. What can you do? I can do that. Okay, you be in this department. You know, everybody will share the team. They will build something good.
Yeah.
I was in a WhatsApp group that she created for a Christmas movie that was never done.
Yeah.
So
You people were in Nigeria.
So you guys were in Nigeria.
I was in the group.
So anticipation.
quickly do
it was
something.
just.
I followed. We wanted to quickly do our own thing.
Yeah, I understand. Because
So what happened?
before I was even added in the group was when they decided to add me in the group, because they had other HODs, director and other people in the group, which is, I was just added to see what's going on.
So what happened exactly?
I still have my story.
What happened is
I
that
still have the story. I
communication
wrote
was
the
not
story.
there,
I
and
did the
a lot of
story.
people in the group are not supposed to be together. Like they are like different people. This person has something else against this person. This person has something else against this person. So there are so many things in between.
Unity is a problem.
So many things are in between.
Unity is a problem.
Normal
Do you know
thing killing
the worst part that is even pinning me in my body is that I will see two people that I know that they're obviously not in good terms and they'll be together laughing.
Yeah,
You guys are not
they're
together. I
pretending.
mean, like,
That's it.
why? No need. If you're angry with me, push it to my face.
Let me know.
That's
If I
why
have to
me,
say
don't
sorry, I
swear
say
with
it.
Everybody, oh. They say Adeba is always yes, because I don't know how to be fake.
And I'm the
That's
opposite of
just
you. What
it.
they say is that I try to make everybody my friend. That's, to be honest, that's me.
I don't know what they say about me.
I don't try to be friends with everybody.
I try to
don't.
be friends with everybody.
No, creativity is not actually about friendship.
It's
You
about
can't-
it's
you
coming
can't
together
be at peace
and
with
work.
somebody
Yeah,
and not be
professional.
I
that.
don't have to be your friend, but
Exactly,
we can work
yeah.
together.
I
And I
agree.
believe
I
that is
agree.
why this is what we stand for. I think we preach this all the time.
I agree. I agree.
We might work together all the time because that's who we see ourselves. We make ourselves available.
But we're
But
being
if you call
professional
us, we will
about
come.
it.
If you want to be part of us, we will welcome you.
Yeah.
You understand? We are
Yeah.
very open to work with everybody.
You're
We're not
right.
close knitted at all. But because we are available to one another, we speak to each other, we see each other. That's why we tend to work together. But we welcome anybody that wants to be part of any of our projects.
Please,
And
unity.
please call us too.
Unity.
Don't mind. We're not
Unity.
hating anybody.
Unity.
I don't hate anybody.
Very important. Unity
And
is
I
very
speak my
important.
mind.
Anybody,
I
but
speak my mind
there's
like I'm.
like,
I think.
it's
I
like
think I'm
I
too-
wouldn't work with like one person, but like it's
You know,
okay.
you know what I'm saying? You see that? Now,
Listen,
now.
there has to be one person here that has to
Respect
go
the
on
lipstick,
his point.
respect the lipstick.
You know, I'm going on his point.
Now
My
imagine that.
goodness.
Imagine that the helper you're looking for is on that your
Is that
enemy's
person.
platform. No, it's not. It might not be that your enemy. It might be on his WhatsApp list. Maybe that project you do with him might now enter his WhatsApp.
he
and
or
like,
she
who
will
is
not
this
say,
girl?
oh.
They don't know
And I
what to-
think again, a lot of people like the Christmas thing he was talking about. I know a couple of people that were really, really interested and ready to contribute.
Yeah,
But again,
zero
a lot of
motivation.
people don't like to. It's not easy to be a producer. It's not easy to be an executive producer. A lot of people don't like to, cut away with any fund.
Now this is another point
But
again I
see,
didn't even make.
if with what he's saying,
Before you
if
forget his
people
point,
are okay, go ahead, make your
Okay.
Or you two
So-
don't forget yours.
So the point I was trying to make was that the reason why this movie did not hold is that everybody wants to be the producer.
disgracing
Everybody
us
wants to be
now.
the
We're trying to
producer. No, it's not
balance.
disgracing.
You're just
It's actually
embarrassing us
be
now.
straightforward. Everybody wants to be the producer.
If I knew that's
Everybody.
what you want to say,
Nobody
I would
wants to
have,
be-
I would have given you the opportunity to talk.
Nobody wants to be another department. Everybody's like, okay, where is the film going to go?
Oh, yeah,
Are we
that was
not
part of it.
I'm a producer, and if I'm everybody. Normally,
be
how the thing works is they will come together. Let this person.
Well,
be the
I still have my
producer.
script.
Let this person be this. Let this person be that. Let this person. Every one of you must not be
No,
the
it's
same
not too
thing.
late.
Question.
Is it a Christmas specific movie or movie can be done anytime?
Christmas.
No,
So we're going to round up the subject matter for today's podcast, which is say no to rape, not say no to women being raped, say no to rape in general.
if you put against women, man, you get problem.
Exactly, because we have a movement already. So don't say no to rape against women. No, it's say no to rape. That's the movement. And then the second thing is about the Nigerian Canadian film industry, Nigerian Canadian Nollywood. Yeah, like you heard, we need unity. So we're coming back. We're gonna check out and see how the unity is going. We need to be heard, we need to be seen, we need to be known. So we're gonna come back to check. So follow us on our Instagram, TikTok, we're everywhere. Cruisemen
Yeah.
Podcast.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye. Ciao, ciao.
Oh, sex. Good.
This podcast is supported by Adiba Connector, your first stop for graphic designs, mobile apps, websites, and many more.